Hi folks, and welcome back to some more Hearts of Iron 4 as we continue our Germany playthrough, historical with big heavy tanks. Yeah, we're gonna get to those shortly once we've got some industry built up and a bit of army experience to spend and play with and making a division. So I just noticed we've logged back in and Admiral Dernit's in charge of the submarines. We've got some points to spend, by the way. We've got some command points, so we're just going to make use of those. And I believe, yep, Rommel currently leading the charge through Spain at the head of 3 panzer divisions and some cavalry. Rommel wasn't exactly famous. Oh, he's got the guerrilla fighter. Yeah, I don't want to take that. That's not interesting to me. We don't want to be building entrenchments with our armoured commanders. We want to be piling through the enemy. I was going to say at breakneck speed, but as we're going to go with heavy tanks, I don't think that's going to be a thing. Could you do super high-speed heavy tanks in the game? I'm sure there'll be a way of doing it. Anyway, we've just developed a few civilian factories, so we're going to carry on the war in Spain to get some military experience, and we're going to make sure that we've got our economy building at the same time. Can we do Anschluss yet? We've got to keep an eye on this, because we just need to get a lot more units. Once we're way bigger than the Austrian army, we can trigger that and take over Austria. But you don't get a notification, so every time there's a new focus, you need to come in here and just take a look at that one. Coal liquefaction, this sounds amazing, but it increases our consumer goods factories, which isn't great, but we do have price controls to try and counter that. But that gives us some research bonuses for synthetic stuff and construction speed. It is going to be good. But yeah, we've got issues to do with that. Oh, we're going to do this one. We're going to expand our infrastructure east and west. Was I working on something else? I thought I was I not expanding the Luftwaffe? Okay, we don't want to put that off too late because I want to start building up air experience as well. That would be kind of cool. Anyway, let's go for the east and west infrastructure because that's also going to make a big difference to us getting factories out. Right. I see that we have some pesky enemy aircraft over here. In fact, we've got loads of them. We are bombing the crap out of enemy divisions, but there's a lot of enemy fighters in the sky. I'm hoping that our ME-109's going to be better. So what have we got? We should have got something there. Can't see where the units are because they're all the same colour as Nationalist Spain. So we'll just pile in there. We'll take that, and then we'll head off. And we'll try and get the breakthrough along the coast road and surround these guys here. We're in the later stages of the Civil War, I think, and there's a good possibility that we can surround lots of stuff. I say later stages. There's still quite a lot of fighting to do, but if we cut this off, then there's basically nothing Spain can do to stop us rampaging through everywhere after that. And that'll be us finished. We are going to have to work on submarines. They're going to be important for our control of the seas. We're just going for the standard German tactic of not directly contesting the waters around the British Isles. Not till we get late war submarines, which have much better concealment. We're just going to try and sink all the British convoys away from there where aircraft and radar aren't really an issue for us. So that's the plan. But these are all things to watch out for in the future. At the moment, it's industry, economy, building up the military. Dispersed industry. Where are we? We're in April of 37, so we're nice and early on in the game. We're going to get some research bonuses for this at some point, so I might just hold off on those a little while longer. 37. We could get that, because drop tanks on aircraft are extremely useful. Oh, let's grab this, because anywhere where we've got some artillery, and we do have some in support groups. Go on, Rheinmetall. That's going to be a little bit of a help. It's probably too late to be of an advantage in the Spanish Civil War, but we'll do it anyway. We need it for later. So we were building military factories. We'll hold off on the synthetic ones for all what are we short of? Not too much at the moment. That's okay. I might stick a couple more civilians in to get some more stuff going there. Where are we? I don't want a whole lot because we'll get some from other things. There's let's go 5, and then we'll add some more military factories in after that. That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. We've got some nice infrastructure popping up. So we've got the construction bonuses going on there. The heavy tanks, yep, heavy tanks are on their way. This is a tough fight down here in Spain. You are attacking, but they don't look like they should be attacking. Maybe that's a... No, I think that's our unit there. Oh, no, that... Yeah, it is. It's just not... Oh, it is animating. Okay, so it looks like the guy's... It's like he's got off his horse to fight. Okay, I see. Right, that looks better. Cool. Infrastructure. More infrastructure. We'll take all that. Cheap little 35-day focuses. They do help. And then... Well, I can see us making a breakthrough along here, but it looks like our Spanish friends are already doing it. It looks like the Republican days are numbered. Ever since this became a thing in the game, because this never used to be a thing, at least not on historical settings when I started playing the game. I don't know what expansion it was added in with, I can't remember. Was it La Resistance? Because that affected Spain as well. Anyway, I can't remember, doesn't matter. Let's go and research radar, because radar is definitely worth getting. That's the whole reason we've gone for that research branch down there. Add you into there. Have we got more? No, we haven't. Okay, back to the fighting. We've got them. Right, let's just take a whole load of guys, and I kind of just want to punch through here. Cavalry, tanks, everything. It's going through. We're going to take Almere. Denmark offers a trade proposal. We don't need Lurpak and Danish bacon. They can keep it. We're good, thank you very much. All right, industrial concern. The one I think I'm going to go for these guys. Industrial research speed is always good. Synthetic resources is good as well. So anything, just general. I mean, that's good actually. We could probably ditch this once we have all the refineries and stuff we need. So we can always change this later. I don't think there's anything else. Apart from the mining, just because you get a nice bonus if you've got a lack of resources penalty. But no, I'm gonna put these guys in. That's actually quite good. And we are going to have to develop rubber, oil. Yeah, it's one of the necessities of playing as Germany, unfortunately. What's going on? The Hindenburg disaster. Okay, it blew up. And the Chinese United Front forms. Is the war kicking off over here? Are we a bit early for that? I can't remember if that triggered in the last episode or not. Okay, so we're taking the coastal road. The tanks are in. Cavalry's in. We have no reserves, so everything's in. US is staying neutral. Good. That's what we want. America doesn't need to get involved in what's going on over here today. We don't want that. No, you guys just stay over there. You're fine. What are we short of materials-wise? Fuel looks like we're short of, but the tanks and stuff are gonna come to a halt in a moment. Trains. Okay. That's a fair point. We don't actually have any trains in production. Let's put those in. One factory will be absolutely fine. We could do with some more dockyards, I think. These are destroyers. That's okay. We've got a big ship coming through there. The Scharnhorst. Events. What have we got? It's this. Yeah, we're not playing with the MIFO bills. I don't really want to add in rationing. Rationing's not... It's not going to help anything, unfortunately. Well, I mean, it helps with consumer goods factories, but it tends to upset the population. Right, that's good. So we've got some good industry stuff going on. There's the dams, because we need to give something for the Lancaster bombers to aim at in 1943. A couple of civilian factories, and we get a dam. Local available resources and construction speed. Okay. That's actually quite good. The construction speed bonus is actually nice there. Trade deal with Sweden. We're probably going to get some resources from them. It's tough. Everything's a tough choice. What's over here? Because we need to keep looking at this. We've done that. Uplift Rosenberg office. Do we need to do that? I don't know what master impact actually is. I don't know what that stat is. Allows for formation of special subject states. Oh, I think we can do that later. Like your Reichskommissariats and stuff for when you take over places and want to release them as a puppet. If we want to release them as a puppet. We might not. Accelerated rearmament. Free military factory and construction speed bonuses. I think that's coming next. Yep, it's 35 days. Let's get that. These are all good as well. So there's lots of... Ooh, if I get that, though, our industrial concern gets a nice bonus. Do you know what? Screw it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to pay the price. I am going to pay the price in consumer goods factories, and we can get working on some refineries. So the tank situation is in place. We can research flam panzers later. That's all good. We are kind of behind on this, though. So let's get some basic infantry equipment going on there. And then we shall figure out what else we're doing afterwards. How goes the war down here, then? It's a steady process. What's the air situation? I'm going to have a little look at our fighters, because if our fighters are getting absolutely, and they are getting absolutely hammered. Sadly, I can't put any more guys in there. What I could do, if we have some more fighters, well, we have, but we don't, I mean, they'll do. I guess they'll do. Let's put you guys on training. So I will retire some of these, stand down, and bring them back over here. And we'll put those other fighters in their place, I think. Let's put that on. Air superiority. Bring them over. I mean, these aren't as good as the other ones, but I think it's just numbers. And should be on a parity with what we're fighting. Come on. Come on, guys. Get over. Oh, it cancelled? For some reason, it cancelled. There we go. I think the other guys maybe hadn't left yet. That's probably it. So now we have 200 in the air, and it just means that we're getting shot down twice as fast. I think it literally just means that we are getting shot down twice as fast. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. And the cipher for Poland is fully decrypted. Excellent. Let's start working on the French, I think. How's construction going? Construction's looking okay. Yep, steady away, so we're getting a bit of everything. Do I want to enhance... the spies. Oh my god, the spies. We've been forgetting about this. It absolutely drives me mad that we forget about this. We rescued the guy. What I need is every time there's a spy operation happens, I need a massive thing flashing up on the screen to make me aware of this. Otherwise, we just miss all this stuff. So, collaboration government in Poland... I mean, he's been caught once already. So we're going to put in definitely the infiltrator and seducer. And maybe we'll keep him in reserve. Yeah, let's keep him in reserve for doing a rescue if one of these guys gets caught. Anyway, prepare. So I need to try and keep an eye on that. I'm sure I will forget. We need to get trade for fuel. Let's see if we can get some from... I don't want anything that uses convoys because I will forget to change it when the war starts. What about Romania? Let's go Romania and get one factory's worth. Right, coal liquefaction. Excellent. So we've got that. We're paying the price. That one will give us civilian factories and steel. But the consumer goods is a pain. And these things down here, I think they come when we're at war, are they? It's more pain for consumer goods factories for the time being, so something for later. We'll have that one, get the military factories going, and then we'll maybe look at expanding the Luftwaffe a bit and get some focuses in that. So do we have enough fuel to go in down here, or are we just really struggling? How's the aircraft doing? Whatever aircraft the enemy have, they seem to be superior to ours, so I think we probably need to change our design a little bit. We've got bonuses for this now. Fuel or rubber, both of which are pretty good. 72 days. I don't think there's anything else urgently pressing, so let's grab those. I'm going to take a look at my aircraft design. I mean, we're not making many planes, but we're going to ramp this up, so it's something that's worth paying a bit of attention to. We don't have enough machine guns. That's basically the gist of that. Special modules. Only that, which reduces the amount of... Yeah, it's not necessary. As long as we've got enough aluminium, we don't need to worry about that. But later in the war, that might be something we need to consider. I'm going to put in 2 cannons. Boom. Save. That's what we want. Oh, actually, just let me make sure we've got automatic upgrades. There we go. A couple of cannons will help shoot down aircraft faster. It won't make any difference if we can't get enough of them in the sky, of course, but that's a different matter. It looks like Japan's declared war. Okay, that answers that question. They are now at war. You guys are going to go straight... Oh, no. Who's taking that high road? The cavalry. Why would you do that? Horsemen. No, the tanks are doing it? I don't know why the tanks would do that. That's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that happened to go like that, but it's fine. We're charging in. Ah, it's not cut off anymore. That's a shame. We were like hoping to get here. If we take the port out, the enemy are in major trouble, but they can still sneak out through here, so we need to try and surround this. We're doing all the fun stuff. I love trying to make pockets in warfare. So who is this? Mauser. These are infantry equipment. Oh, did I not go any further? I generally go all the way down these lines and put the points in. Soft attack and production output. Defense is always nice. What's this one? I don't want to take a reduction in soft attack, but that costs more. But that's nice. That one. Production efficiency. Production efficiency gain. We'll take that one. And reliability. We'll take that one. And then I kind of do need that as well. Let's have a look. And we'll take those. Okay. We'll come back to those in the future. Then I can decide what's my priority at that time. That will go eventually. Interesting. I thought we would have had no issues with the air war at all here. And you can see we're now doing less damage to enemy units because we've removed some of our bombers, which is fine. The AI air war is always funny. It doesn't matter who you play as, but if you're fighting anyone, they always seem to find more planes to put in the sky. Like if I suddenly put 1,000 planes into here, which is impossible, but if I could, I would find that the enemy suddenly conjure up 1,000 planes from somewhere else to match it. And I think a few of you guys have said exactly that as well, especially when you're fighting any of the major powers. They seem to have insane amounts of air power. Right, so fuel's a problem. Are we training? We're not training any subs. It's all literally going on tanks and planes. I am going to have to put some more in here. So, can we get some from... We'll get some from Iran. We're not getting great deals on our trades, unfortunately, because that's one of the focuses I took earlier. But anyway, that is what it is. This is 124 days. That gives us... Oh, well, I can do this one. It's a fuel gain per oil, which would actually be quite nice. I'm going to take that because it's... when this war finishes, we've got to pause, but long term, that's going to be good. Accelerate the rearmament program. So we can go for... Now, this changes the MIFO bills. Unfortunately, it doesn't affect the consumer goods factories, but it does affect output pretty much. So that's actually quite nice. And we get some free military factories there. Keep looking, keep looking. We're going to do that as soon as we can. So it's 70 days to get both of those. I think that's a pretty good deal. Oh yeah, that's something for later. And for the Luftwaffe, we want to go down to get this, I think, because then we can have a pretty good chief of staff who gains us tons of experience and gives us air superiority. And that's one that we can't do if Hermann Göring has been applied to the inner circle. That's the one I wanted to watch out for. Do we want to go that now? 35, 140. It might be wise, and we can get lots of air doctrine before the war actually starts. At the expense of... no, let's go the military factory route. We're gonna do this one, then the other one. 70 days. It gets us quite a bit more production output, so... And when I say quite a bit more, it doesn't sound like the stats are massively more, but in the 2 years that we've got leading up to war, the earlier we get that, the better it's going to be. So it's going to be kind of important. Now then, let's take a look at what we should do with this. Our biggest thing lacking at the moment is this. So I'm going to whack that up to there. We'll put one more in support equipment. The artillery is building up nicely. Now what I want to do is modify later the infantry templates to put some artillery in. And at the moment, we've got nice supplies of everything else. So we're going to actually... Do you know what? That needs bumping up. That needs bumping up. And we need some basic naval bombers. I'm not putting these on as a priority, but we absolutely do need some naval bombers getting out there. And let's stick this on as well. So we've got transport aircraft. We'll hopefully get some better ones. Who should I put these in as? I can't remember who I'm using. So I'm using them for something. I can't remember what, but I'm using them. Right. That'll be fine. In fact, transport aircraft can go down there. One factory should be enough for those guys. Excellent. We're making progress. Slow, but it's definitely progress. Yeah. Oh, do you have any good decisions to make? Develop ersatz material. Absolutely. So we can modify the MIFO bills. We'll get the consumer goods factories down. Let's trigger that one. And we can exploit the Gambos Treaty. Now, that's going to really piss off Hungary. Whether that's something that we care about, though, because that's like pretty big. Hungary, we could just ignore, or we could just go to war with them. I don't know how that's going to work on historical settings if we take that. Is it something I even care about? Possibly not. Possibly not. I mean, we could conquer Hungary and release them as a puppet. That might be the way to do it. It would take some other things out of the equation that are a bit of a nuisance, so we could maybe do that. Fuel is slowly going up. We have naught, but it is refilling. Let's see. Employ Philip Holtzman is being completed by Albert Speer. Should we go and see what these guys are doing? So if we go down here, you can see how they're working their way through down. Glorify the party rallies. That isn't instantly brilliant, but I mean, it's fine. And at some point, we're going to have to decide between these two. Neither of them are fairly pretty choices, if you ask me. Well, shall I say they're distasteful choices? That's probably a better way of putting it. But that's just a little hang-up I have of playing as the Germans, as the Nazi party. It feels so wrong, but for the purposes of just playing a game, it's fine. Right, okay. Interwar artillery. What have we got? We're in 37. If we want to worry about making some... I mean, breakthroughs are nice, but getting some better cannons on stuff, possibly. Enables the basic heavy cannon, which I think we have anyway from the tanks. Over on the industry side, in 37, we could go for those. They are actually useful to have. There's nothing desperate on there. The aircraft, let's get that and modify our planes for better range. We'll put it on the light aircraft one. Put everything on the light aircraft one and get those going better. So this is the artillery, right? So the first thing we want is production efficiency gain for everything. And that's towed anti-tank and towed anti-air. We probably will do anti-air at some point. Towed artillery gets soft attack 2%. So anything that increases production output, because that's kind of what I'd like to see. I don't see much reliability. So we need one of these. Oh, always breakthrough. Always breakthrough. Reliability. I generally take these two, because then, I mean, I very rarely make towed anti-tank. I nearly always make towed anti-air. But if I take that, I can't take either of the others, which is such a shame. So, I mean, we want that one. We'll leave it at that for now, and then we'll come back and see where we want to go down there. Yeah, I wish, like, anti-tank guns were more required in the game. I mean, maybe they are in multiplayer, I don't know. They can always be used, but they're not really essential. The cavalry's packed in back here, look. Cavalry took one look at that and thought, nope. Nope, we don't care. Right, let's just knock those guys out. The horsemen will hold the fort. And these guys are slowly increasing. We just need more soldiers. Tell you what we'll do. We'll go and put our cavalry over on the other side over here, look. And we'll give them the lovely job of conquering Poland when the time comes. Which I'm sure it will. Let's just go to there. Again, that cavalry division is something that we might want to spend some points modifying slightly. Do you know what? We have a whole load of points up here. Let's take a little look. We're going to put... Oh, we're going to do this one. The one that I like. Maneuver warfare. Oh, right, we'll come back to that in a moment. Maneuver warfare for just division speed and coordination is nice. And we get something similar from flexible organisation. They're both good. Ooh, what should we go for? Division speed. Coordination is a stat. I know how it helps, but I don't know how important it is. Organisation lost when moving, minus 15%. An unexpected thrust. I'm going to go for maneuver warfare because it fits in with the story that we're doing. We should have massive reductions for this, so it's going to cost me 10. Let's get that because that's going to give us a nice little bonus. We don't have a super bonus for that yet, so that's okay. Now with the rest of those points, let's go and design us a heavy tank division. Yeah, we'll base it off this. So we'll... Do I need to... Yeah, let's duplicate that. Put this on elite. We're changing these over to heavies. And we just need to add some motorized. Now, you can actually add cavalry into this. The reason being that the speed is not that fast. I mean, these are heavy tanks, right? We're going to be slower than motorized infantry, so that's not going to help. We could put cavalry in if we wanted to. Cavalry is not probably going to pick up the bonuses, I think, from the doctrines that we use. So it's entirely up to you if you're playing this. If you're going to modify the templates later for better heavy tanks, which we will, do be aware that you can change that. But we'll stick in motorized infantry for now. And we want to get this up a little bit. We're going to need some more of that. We'll change that over to an armoured recon company because I like those. And then we need the organisation, preferably over 30, but we need more heavy tanks in there. So organisation is still nice and high. Can we put some more in there? That will do, and we'll get more organisation from the doctrines that we get. I couldn't think of the name then. Right, so save that. That's absolutely fine. We've got artillery. Do we want anything that buffs the tanks? Okay. And then support anti-air. We'll not worry about that. We want a logistics company in there. So we are going to train this. Copy of Panzer Division. Let's call this Early Heavies, right? That'd be a much better name. Oh my god, my typing dies. It's died twice. I should have just left it as it was. Early Heavies. Rename. Elite. Get me 2 of those guys kicked out. And then we can start producing something that's going to look like a danger to the enemy. Of course, those heavy... Actually, oh, did we... We did modify our heavy tanks, right, didn't we, that we were building? We made them a bit more than just the oh, we've got those. Armoured support vehicle. We need to put those in. We need to put those in as well. Oh, shit. No, that was not what I meant to do. That was... Oh, that was a huge blunder. Luckily, it's not going to be dire. I meant to put them in as a brand new one. We'll stick them in at the bottom. Just need 1 factory. That's going to make our armoured assault companies once we research it. That was terrible. I'm going to pay for that by putting an extra factory in there. But what I wanted to do was just look at the design. That's what I went in for. Yeah, okay, so we fully modified that. That's fine. You see, even when you've been playing this game for 1,000 hours, you can still make massive mistakes. Anschluss. No, not yet. So we go Himmler, or we go Goebbels. So this would expand... I mean, this is the SS, right? Military police technology. Oh, well, that's a bonus. Military police technology research. And non-core manpower. Special forces capacity multiplier. Compliance growth speed. I don't like those. I might just go with this guy. We can only have 3 of these, which is why we have to make a decision. I would say we're going to go with him. Base stability. We're going to go... Let's stick him in. Don't like it, but it's probably the best option of those, I think. We don't need no stinking SS divisions.